Now, to most young people in London, bread is something you buy in a pack from the supermarket. But for those living in South London, where their toast comes from, could be closer than they think. Believe it or not, Brixton is home to the capital's only operating windmill. It is 200 years old and is about to get a £360,000 education centre. Martin Stew took a tour.
It's rare the sails of Brixton's windmill spin these days. But 82 years after the mill stopped production, friends of the historic building are hoping it can turn a profit once more by grinding flour.
The main aim for us is that we see it now as a source of income for the windmill to help maintain the future of this historic building, which is 200 years old this year. And when we open the education centre, as we hope to next year, we are going to have a number of funding streams, and we're hoping that selling Brixton flour will be one of them.
In the 19th century, of course, it was the wind that powered this enormous mechanism. But as Brixton became more built up, the wind was harder to come by, so they started using steam power, and now they're using electricity.
That aside, the rest of the process is just as rustic and noisy as it used to be.
So this is the grain from Hertfordshire. It's organic, and it comes from 35 miles away. So we scoop it up and then place it into the hopper head on the top of the machine. So the grain goes into the top, and as you pour it in, it goes down purely by gravity. So within the drum you've got the two stones which crush and scissor action as they rotate, which then forces the flour out between the two and into the bag. So the end product, silky smooth, grain in, flour out, nothing added.
Milling by stone in a listed building is more labour intensive than producing supermarket flour, so they're reliant on an army of volunteers to man the mill.
I've seen this windmill from my studio window for the last 24 years. To engage with a building of such stature and also provenance, as in one of the oldest Brixton buildings, is full of joy.
A joy they hope to share with scores of school children, so when youngsters see scenes like this, they think breaking bread, not breaking bad.
So, Martin, it is very windy out there, which would have been perfect, of course, for old school windmills.
It would have been perfect, Lou. The sails don't quite work. Had they been working, of course, they could have made enough flour to make a lot of dough. Little bread joke for you there. You'll be pleased to know I've now dusted the flour. Did you spot that on my sleeve?
Yeah, you've cleaned yourself up.
Yes, I didn't spot that when we were filming. It's embarrassing.